oh, semen retention so I can look people in the eye. Dude, I'll jack it right now. Shake you in the hand.
Won't even wash them off.
Yep, yeehaw.
NoFap's the most viral topic in self-improvement content. Every guy who's had some desire to improve their lives has tried it, which is why every guru in the self-help space has profited from it. In 30 to 60 days, you'll magically grow muscle, and if you make it to day 1000, you'll basically become a mix of James Bond and Superman. And overall, you will manifest your dream life all by not touching yourself. And honestly, for guys who are at their lowest, who are insecure and don't really know what they're doing with their lives, this sounds very appealing, and that was me in college. As I decided to try out because I wanted more attention from women and I wanted to build more muscle. Because most men try NoFap as life's magic trick because it's far easier than, you know, taking some action. And of course, when I did it, nothing happened. So I was like, all right, if nothing's gonna happen, I'll just keep fapping again. But years later, including now, I've had 2 insane NoFap streaks. The one I'm currently on changed my life forever. It's a lot different to what I used to say about it, as 2 years ago I made a video on NoFap, and I will tell you now, I was wrong back then, which saying is a death sentence on YouTube because apparently you can't say you change your mind without being called a liar and a hypocrite. But here's my ego. I'm throwing it like a 4-seam fastball down the middle of the plate because I want you to have the best information possible so you can change your life. So in this video, I'm gonna go over what I got wrong about NoFap and reveal the true benefits of it, not the exaggerated ones, which I promise you will motivate you to stay consistent with NoFap so you can actually use it to level up. When I first spoke about NoFap 2 years ago, I said what most people think, which was, yeah, it's helpful, but it's not life-changing. And through my own experience, I can tell you these NoFap benefit timeline videos and these NoFap motivation videos were lies. I mean, these gurus, even Hamza, were acting like it was some kind of secret to unlocking ultra masculinity. I mean, these videos were inspiring. They had day counters with specific benefits you got on certain days, like claiming on day 20, I could look girls in the eyes and not feel intimidated, and on day 23, more girls were staring at me. And I remember thinking, man, it's not this deep, and that's not gonna happen. However, this was after my original NoFap streak in college, where this didn't work. In my previous video, I went as far to say is video games are worse than fapping, and NoFap wouldn't change your life, but you should do it just because it was a cheap dopamine hit. But in that video, I took NoFap to simple, because since that video, I've grown so much spiritually, emotionally, physically, and mentally. I've come to realize it isn't about what's worse. It's about what the particular one is doing to you, and that ultimately is subjective. Some guys are numbing their pain in their lives with 8 hours of video games, and some with loading up adult content multiple times a day. But now I can say, when it comes to NoFap, it is life-changing. Just not in the fantasy, you'll become James Bond way. And don't worry, I'll go into specifics of the benefits you will get so you have a realistic expectation and motivation to actually make NoFap your lifestyle. But what's also an important lifestyle is having a healthy skincare routine, which is why I'm excited to announce that Tish Hanley is sponsoring today's video. Let's face it, acne really destroys your confidence. It's tough to feel good about yourself when you're dealing with breakouts, and it's hard to find solutions to this. If you're tired of struggling with your skin and finally want to take control, I've got the thing just for you. Tish Hanley has simplified skincare for men with their revolutionary Tish Clear Acne systems. Whether you've been battling acne for years or just starting, these systems have everything you need to reclaim your skin. If you're new to skincare, I recommend you start with their level 1 system, Tish Clear Acne Essentials. This powerful system includes all the essentials to combat acne effectively. First, we have their salicylic acne face wash, which penetrates deep to clear acne at the source. Then they have their glycolytic pads, which get rid of dead skin cells, minimize your pores, and gets rid of blackheads as well. And finally, there's their acne serum, which makes your skin stronger to prevent future breakouts. And here's the best part. Over 80% of men who started using Tish Clear systems saw a reduction in their acne in just 2 months. Being honest with you guys, I hit puberty really late and dealt with a lot of acne even into my 20s. And I'd say sometimes now I have some acne here and there, but when I utilize the Tish Clear products, it gets rid of my acne and prevents it from coming later on. I definitely wish I had this when I was a teenager and even when I was in college. And the system comes with an instruction box that tells you exactly how to use each one of the products, making all this stuff even better. And because Tish Hanley sponsored today's video, I have an awesome deal for you. Click the first link in the description to get 40% off your first Tish Clear Acne system plus a free gift. So don't wait, click the first link in the description to start your skincare journey today. So I've had 2 experiences with NoFap. NoFap. And the first was in 2022 after I graduated college. Once I graduated college, I got my exercise science degree, and honestly, my parents didn't have a reason to exactly believe I was gonna do what I said I was gonna do. And the promise I made to them was to give me 1 year to get my YouTube channel going, and I'll work in the meantime while I'm doing it. And my first job was at a college rec center as a personal trainer. And there'd be days where I'd work a lot, but I still needed to get videos up on a consistent basis. So I fell into NoFap accidentally. I mean, I was living at home and I didn't really have time to do it. And during that time, I got into insane shape. Like, I accidentally got shredded. I talked about it in my 90-day transformation video, but this was my physique. It was actually my peak physique. I got so many steroid accusations, and it was the best shape I was ever in. And during this time frame, I also grew my YouTube channel 20k subs in November 2022 to 100k in March 2023. And because it was a one-off, I didn't credit NoFap for my life transformation or my physique transformation. I just accredited hard work and drive. But where did I get the drive from? I'll talk about that later in this video. However, in this current moment, I haven't fapped for almost 5 months. And during this time frame, again, my physique changed dramatically. My health changed dramatically, and my work ethic in my business changed dramatically. NoFap was responsible for my 2 nuclear gains periods, but they also led to my craziest work ethic and business success. And I think a main reason why I never credited NoFap for my life changing was because the science wouldn't say so. Most of the benefits of NoFap are linked to higher testosterone, and in NoFap studies, it would state your testosterone would increase for 7 days and then return to baseline. So the benefits of NoFap, according to science, are only temporary. There is no science-backed proof of superpowers and no studies saying I should be this locked in and gaining crazy strength, because during this period, my bench press strength skyrocketed to where I was benching 225 per 10 at 170 pounds body weight. And you might be thinking it had to have been a placebo, right? Well, the first time I did NoFap, I did it on accident. This time around, I did it for God, which I'll talk about here in a second. So I didn't do it either time for benefits. I know something happened and NoFap did something to me. And one of the books I recently completed, Outwitting the Devil, made everything make sense. In the book, Napoleon Hill, who's the author, basically gets a testimony and interviews the devil. If you want to figure out exactly how that happened, read the book. Firstly, the book talks about how bad an overindulgence in sex is, which yes, includes fapping. It states that the overindulgence in sex starts more men drifting toward failure than any other cause combined. It states there's a relationship between sex and poverty, and an overindulgence in sex is as bad as an overindulgence in narcotics and alcohol. And this page right here I took a picture of because it's so vital and I knew I needed to share it with as many men as I could. It states controlled sex supplies the magnetic force that attracts people to one another. It's the most important factor of a pleasing personality. A lot of people don't realize that my YouTube channel was not built on what I know as much as my personality. There's a lot of people on YouTube who know more than me, who are more qualified than me. My willingness to scream at the camera and tell you bodybuilders are lazy and Leon Edwards has the most aesthetic physique, that grew my channel. And this came from the former shy, awkward kid. So NoFap clearly transformed my personality, and here are the main benefits it states in the book. It gives quality to the tone of voice and enables one to convey through the voice any feeling desired. It serves as nothing else can serve to give motive power to one's desires. It keeps the nervous system charged with the energy needed to carry on the work of maintaining the body. It sharpens the imagination, enables one to create useful ideas. It gives quickness and definiteness to one's physical and mental movements. It gives one persistence and perseverance in the pursuit of one's major purpose in life. It is the great antidote for all fear. It gives one immunity against discouragement. It helps to master laziness and procrastination. It gives one physical and mental endurance while undergoing any form of opposition or defeat. It gives one the fighting qualities necessary under all circumstances for self-defense. In brief, it makes winners, not quitters. Those are the real benefits of NoFap as opposed to those exaggerated ones you see online. And I think that's what turned me from a 20k subscriber YouTuber to 100k. This page right here, screenshot it and make sure you always have it so you have motivation for NoFap. But don't click off the video yet, because this segment is the most important, because fapping is a sin. And I want to talk to you about sin. When people hear that word, they normally think sin makes me a bad person. Sin is a rule, so I can't have fun. And that's how I used to see it, but now I don't see it that way anymore. As to me, sin isn't about being bad, but being apart. As I define sin as anything that separates you from God and invites the devil in. And when I understood that, I looked at fapping a completely different way. Many of you know in February, I gave my life to God. And with that, I stopped fapping for good and haven't fapped since. But because every time I think of it, I can picture myself pushing God away, slamming the door to a loving God who just wants the best for me, as our Heavenly Father is just trying to bless you, guide you, lead you, and protect you. And when you fap, you're telling him, nah, I don't want you to do that for me, as his pleasure and joy without you involved is better. And sure, I went over the page of benefits from outwitting the devil, but I'll tell you, none of those are the biggest benefit of NoFap. As based on my 2 experiences, I will tell you NoFap is life-changing because I believe it gets you favor from God. You're replacing your cup, which used to fill with cheap dopamine, with the Holy Spirit. And when you get that, you get the key from God that unlocks the door to all your gifts and talents that He wants you to have so you can bless other people. Because when you resist the flesh, you satisfy the soul. And when you satisfy the soul, that's when your life really changes. And if you want to satisfy the soul, pursue NoFap, join my free community, which has everything you need to build a relationship with God, receive the miracles and blessings from Him, as well as workout plans, basically everything to actually improve your life, as well as a free consultation call with me, which I'll link in the description. Don't be stupid. Join the community. Join me and other like-minded men who use NoFap and other techniques to receive God's blessings so we can bless others. And obviously with NoFap comes dating, and modern dating coaches and advice are absolute garbage. So go and watch this video so you know exactly how to date and find a godly woman, because the only thing preventing you from this is the knowledge.